Okay, hello, my friend Johan.
Hello,
How are you
fine.
doing?
I'm fine. So
Great, great.
enjoying this beautiful Bamboo Expo
That's
and all the
great.
friends that I meet. So
That's great. So yesterday you gave us a presentation which was really fantastic about the work that the WBO is doing with the scientific information. You gave us upfront news about the new things that you are doing right now. So I would like you, if you're so kind, to share with us a little bit of the work that you are doing right now and that you are coordinating with Jimena Londoño. And what's going to happen in the following years
yeah,
with that information?
yeah. So what really happened is I'm a science addict, and I know there's much science out there, and I touched on so many scientific subjects in bamboo, either as a coordinator or as a researcher myself. There's so much out there also from the 20th century, and that is not accessible. And what I experience is that, for example, architects have difficulties understanding the anatomy of bamboo and all the work that's been done, but actually all this work that has been done in the 20th century has laid the foundation basically for any application with bamboo right now. Otherwise, we would still be in the stone age of bamboo. Let's put
Absolutely.
it this way. So, but I still working in another field of technology since 2012. But I came back to bamboo on request of Heraclius to organize or give some talks, and this is the third year in a row that I do that. But then in September, Suzanne Lucas of WBO reached out to me to look for what could be the future of WBO. Not only to me, but also to another trusted friends of her. And I said, well, what is lacking in all these organizations, INBAR and all that, is actually this real database of research that is out there. Now, establishing such a database is a formidable task. Because there are hundreds of thousands of papers on any subject
Absolutely.
of bamboo, some good, some less good. But we are now in, let's say, an era of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So I suggested to Suzanne that WBO would take the lead in establishing a database, and then, let's say, turn this database into something useful for people in the field, whether it's building, whether it's biotechnology, whether it's genetics, having access to all this. And for example, to give you an idea, so I applied just, say I searched for bamboo and genetics, and I get 1,000 papers in one Excel file in 3 seconds. And I scrape it off Google Scholar, and I can download the PDFs of 800 papers, not the ones behind the paywall, but 800 of the 1,000 I can download, and within 10 minutes I have basically a whole database on a
To
site.
make a metadata analysis as
The
well.
metadata is already incorporated in the Excel file,
Okay.
so we can do all that. And then you can put 5 or 10 papers in some of the chatbots or some dedicated thing, and then you can ask him what's the methodologies they use, where do they differ, and what are different. And within 3 seconds, artificial intelligence analyzes all these things. And you got the first. Of course, you have to be a bit experienced to do that, to ask the right questions, and to say to ChatGPT or to Grok, well, this is not correct because of this and that, and then it corrects itself.
Yes.
And within 3 seconds, you have a better answer and so on. So you have to learn it. But this makes it possible for a few persons to deal with an enormous amount of information out there, and to make it accessible. And then WBO has different targeted impact groups, like construction, lighting, like biotechnology and so on. And let's try to make this, so each working group, I'm co-chairing this with Santosh Oinam from India and Jimena Londoño, so we have geographical distribution of co-chairs. I will take the lead in setting up the tools, and then let's say the working groups itself will have 2 or 3 responsibles curating the information more or less, and then we have established a unified procedure, and then we can use other tools to summarize, to translate, to propose new ideas and so on. So, but what I described yesterday is a process. So just started. There was a guy from categorize who has experience in AI.
Yes.
And he came to me. Can I help and so on. So that's
great.
good success. So we need people with knowledge and experience on
Yes.
how to use the best tools, and then we can move forward.
Yes.
It's going to be a unique selling proposition for World Bamboo Organization, and we hope that within this and 2-3 years we can get it going, and then every architect can access a database on architects. Every builder or biotechnologist or physiologist can see what is out there. Google Scholar is fantastic. You can have the best papers in one click in Google Scholar, but this is much better because you have 1,000 papers, a bit curated and then summarized, translated. All these papers have abstracts, for example, but you can have a summary of one page, which is much better.
Yes.
And ask about the methodology. What's special about the methodology? And then it will, if you compare five papers, the AI will give you a table where they differ, where they're better, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be a fantastic advance.
Yes.
The only thing is how are we going to translate it to the actual users? And that's something that we have to work on. It has to be accepted by others, because my impression is always being long in science in any field. Every generation starts new and forgets about the old and does the same mistakes and repeats the same mistake.
Yes,
and this is a way trying to avoid all this.
Yeah, excellent. And we met each other like 2 years ago on the